There we go. It's Pearlo dance time. It's the Pearlo Wisdom Show. I'm Pearlo Wisdom, and you're coming to us live from the basement of our Seattle apartment, aren't you? How is everybody today? Well, we had people in here, but now they've left. So I'm sure they're going to be back. We are, what do we do here at Pearlo Wisdom Industries? We bring fine frolic to the land, is what we do. We're going to be looking at our picks from last night. Yay, CL is in the house. How you doing there, CL? Good to see you back, my friend. We had Hockey News Reports here earlier and Elliot before I started up, and they took off on me. Hopefully everybody can hear everything all right out there. Couple things. One thing, Kyle Mercer in the house. Kyle Mercer's in the environment today. Sir, here's a little cheers for you. Oh, I loves me some coffee. I drink way too much of it. I don't know about you guys. Something came up on my weekly, my NHL weekly thing here says that it said earlier anyways, and it's gone now. It said earlier that Pajot was injured. Anybody hear about that? Pajot being injured? One goal off. Okay, we're going to go through all those picks and we'll talk about the games stuff. We're just going to give a little bit of time for the stragglers to roll in here. I'm gonna wait for the stragglers to come in here. But has anybody heard about Pajot being injured? Because it was on that one thing. It's like my fantasy thing. And I went on all the other sites and nobody hears anything else of it now. Hey, Jacket. Oh, I gotta share this stuff while I'm waiting for you guys to come in here. A little tardy. Some of you a little tardy. Better do this. Also, Steele gives me, I have to get a spankings if I don't do this. Steele wants me to do this, share this around, which makes sense. I'm going to share it to you on Twitter, Jacket. And you guys can follow me on Twitter, you know. You just go to Pearlo's NHL POW on Twitter, and you can follow me on there. I'm going to share it to Peyton. Peyton on the radio did I don't know if you guys saw it last night. He did a live for the Oilers-Calgary game. It was pretty cool. Who else? Oh, off the wall. I can't forget the GOAT. Got to share it with the GOAT. There, tweeter out there. Okay. Who else do we got in here now? We got three people in here. So anybody, did you hear about that, Jacket? There was well, there's four. There was something out there on one of my feeds saying that Pajot was injured for tonight. That would change my picks quite a bit if Pajot is injured. Yeah, Joey Serrano. Joey's in the house. Sweet, we got Kyle, we got CL, we got Jacket, we got Joey Serrano. We're waiting for Hockey News Reports. Avatar, a few guys will do it up there. You did not hear either. Okay. You saw Lad is out. Yeah. Yeah. He is sure out. He's about as far out as you can get. That's for sure. Can't get much further out than Lad. Okay, I got to share this one more place. And then we got enough people in here. We'll probably start looking at our picks from yesterday. Hopefully we get a lot of people in the environment today because it's going to be frolic upon all frolics. It's going to be, the frolic levels are going to be so extreme you're barely going to be able to handle it. Just barely. I'll keep it down to, I won't put it above barely handle it. Just so in case you're driving or something, I don't want you to run off the road. Let's post this up here on my Patreon. By the way, you guys can go over to my Patreon. It's fun. Ask Jacket. It's fun. You can do that. And I'll even give you a free month free if you go over there too. And then if you don't like it, you can leave, so it doesn't even cost you anything. Yeah, sign up. It's a lot of fun. Oh, you meant Lee. Okay. Yeah, okay. That makes a little more sense. Lee is out. Yeah, Lee hurts a bit. But if Pageau's out, that really hurts. Pageau being out would really hurt. Also, their young whippersnapper, the defenseman there, is injured too, I see. Dobson. So, I don't know. I'm still, well, we'll talk about that when we do our pick. But, top scorer for New York Islanders, yeah. Yeah, if they're out, I hope they don't, like, come out and tell us about it before game time or some freaking thing. Jackie, you got Caps today? I'm on the fence about that. How about the under on that, Jacket? Do you like that? Okay, well, we got about as much. We give you 10 minutes to come on in. There hasn't been any real big news. Let me check the news wire here. We'll see if there's any newsworthy things happening today. Montreal not looking to add. The only news they can come up with is what Montreal is not doing. I guess that's to do with the fact that Sherratt got injured. So they're not looking for a defenseman. They're going to let Mete play. Toronto Maple Leafs, this is according to pro hockey rumors. The Toronto Maple Leafs are willing to trade a top prospect. So they're looking to add, apparently, according to this. Several players placed on waivers. Paul Byron placed on waivers today. I think somebody could use that guy. I think somebody could use. I would even say the Oilers would be happy with that. I don't think he's coming back. Unless he's, what's he getting? 3.5 million. What's Paul Byron getting right now? $3.4. Yeah, that's kind of steep. Yeah, he'll probably clear waivers, actually. I think they could do for some scoring depth, honestly. I think they could use some scoring depth, for sure. never hurts to have scoring depth going into the playoffs. I mean, they don't want to ruin it this year. So I could see them going for scoring depth for sure. Maybe they could pluck Paul Byron off of waivers here. That would give them a little bit. They could still use a defenseman, yeah. I thought Sandin would be playing more than he is this year, honestly. I thought he looked pretty good last year, but they apparently are not going with him. Jimmy Vesey was placed on waivers. I don't think he'll get picked up because he's only playing like. The Leafs are talking about needing scoring depth, and Vesey's only playing 6-7 minutes a night. I doubt anybody takes a chance on him. He hasn't turned out to be anything like what the Rangers thought he was going to be, and then he went to Buffalo, didn't do much better. Gets another chance to go to Toronto and goes to Toronto, and really doesn't really have much more effectiveness at all. So Anton Forsberg is on waivers again. Watch the Oilers pick him up again. No, I don't think so. I think he'll clear this time. I don't think there's anybody out there that's going to take Anton Forsberg now. D is going to be the biggest thing everybody's looking for right now. If Nashville is serious about trading Ekholm, they're going to get a huge return for him, I would say. Absolutely huge. And Grigorenko of the Columbus Blue Jackets, who came back from the KHL, signed a contract, is being put on waivers today. So a guy with size but not much hockey sense. I don't know. Maybe you could see another team give him a shot. It's hard to say. But those guys went on waivers today. That was basically the biggest news today was the waivers. Do you think Grigorenko is going to go somewhere for sure? Maybe the Ottawa Senators could pick him up or somebody like that. Somebody that doesn't want to use their young players right now. You know, something like that. I don't know. Detroit. Maybe a team that needs size, like Anaheim. You know, somebody like that. It's possible. It's possible. Okay, well, now that I got you guys up on my stream here. Oh, Ekholm is going somewhere for sure. Oh, okay. Maybe. I would think so too. I think they're going to totally redo things there in Nashville. Whoever they can redo with. I'm not even sure who they can redo with because, I mean, who's going to want Duchesne now? Who's going to want Johansson now? Johansson, I still think somebody could bite on Johansson if they retain salary. I could see that. Just because he's big, there could be teams out there that think that they could get better out of him than Nashville can right now. I could see it. And then Granlund will go somewhere probably. Granlund for sure. Holla. They'll find a place for Holla. They'll pick up picks there in Nashville. Oh God, okay. With that in mind, let's talk about yesterday's games. I'll get it up here and we'll talk about that because the first one we're going to talk about is that game. So we'll see what everybody's picks were, all of that stuff. Monday. Okay. Here's all I got to say about this Predators Lightning game. Come on. This site ticks me off. There you go. All I got to say about this Lightning Predators game is the Lightning can kiss my ass. Sorry, excuse my language, but. Oh. Yeah. When I did my video, I kind of talked about how it could be a good spot for the Predators because the Lightning could be overlooking them because they got to play Dallas right after. And McElhinney's in net. But when you look at their injuries of Josie and Fabro and Duchesne and on and on and on, it looks like they're getting all their players healed up, ready for trade, getting them all plumped and ready for the trade deadline, making sure everybody's healthy for the trade deadline. And they go out and just crap the bed. I watched it. The Predators, a lot of it were yeah, Rene was awesome. Yeah, who'd have thought? 39-year-old Rene, who I call him Grandpa Rene now. It's probably because I've been making fun of him. That's why. He's been watching. I know, Pekka, you're watching and you heard it, and you owe me. You owe me for giving you the incentive to go out there and rock. That's what I say. Terrible. Terrible game, terribly played. I know Tampa did outshoot them, but that was mostly in the last part of the game. But Tolvanen is starting to come around. That kid is starting to grow up. Got a goal last night. Victor Arvidsson. Victor Arvidsson got his fourth. Cal Yarncroc got a couple. But, I mean, just really when it comes right down to it, this was garbage. You can't lose this game. It's like you should be totally embarrassed with yourself to lose against this Nashville team that had, like, Yakov Trenin and Nick Cousins playing 13 minutes a night. On defense, you had Ben Harper playing 20 minutes. He couldn't even make the Ottawa Senators early in his career. Yeah. Yeah, they're probably going to win tonight. I'm just mad at them. You lose to Detroit. Like, how much more incentive do you need? You just lost to Detroit. And you go into Nashville and you completely, like the beginning of that game, the first 7 or 8 minutes of that game, Nashville was all over them and Tampa had no pushback whatsoever. It's pathetic. Absolutely pathetic, man. So, I don't know. Tampa will probably beat Dallas, but we'll get into that when we get into that. But that was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. No need for that. It ticked me off. Made me very angry. Just because it's an afternoon game was the only thing. And, yeah, there's just no need for it. McElhinney's got to go, though. They got to find a backup goaltender there. McElhinney. Oh, Sasha's in the house. Welcome, Sasha. McElhinney's got to go. So, anyways, we had Hockey News Reports, by the way. Let me get the scores back up here again. Hockey News Reports, by the way, had the Predators 4-3 yesterday. If you can believe that. Yeah, they did that against Detroit, too. They woke up in the third, but I don't know. They'll probably come out guns a-blazing against Dallas, but I think Dallas is going to come out guns a-blazing, too, with Radulov in there. So, anyways, we'll talk about that when we get there. Pearlo had 5-2 Lightning. Pearlo was very wrong. CL had 3-2 Lightning. Rickett had 4-3 Lightning. So, and Serrano, Joey, he had 3-2 Preds. All of you guys really had it as a tight match, though, didn't you? So, give yourselves a pat on the back. Give yourselves a pat on the back for that. Okay, Capitals Sabres. There wasn't much to talk about this game. The Sabres are Carter Hutton. Stop the bleeding. Stop the bleeding. Get somebody off of waivers or something. Carter Hutton's career is over. Like 6-0 And there was very little of anything the Sabres were doing in that game. And wasn't even Ovechkin wasn't the one filling the net either. They had everybody filling the net. Richard Panik, Garnet Hathaway. Ovechkin scored at the last goal of the game. Backstrom's got 11 this year. That's pretty impressive for him. He's usually more of a playmaker. He's getting up there. He's earning that contract. But not much to talk about. I'll just say who had what here. Best bet, Ed. He's not in the house yet, is he? Yeah, Capitals absolutely destroyed them. Steele had 5-0. Steele was very close. He had 5-0 Capitals. CL had 3-1 Capitals. Pearlo had 3-2 Capitals. I don't know why I thought that was going to be close. But Rickett had 4-1 Capitals. And Hockey News reports so far is getting the award for the closest 6-4 Sabres after... Oh, he took Sabres 6-4. Never mind. You weren't close at all. No. But you were close on the Nashville game. And you got the Nashville game. So that counts for a lot, I would say. Yeah, there's not much to talk about that. There's more to talk about what's going to happen now with Washington on a back-to-back. Flyers are going to take care of the Isles this week? Okay, we'll see. They win one game against the Rangers, and we're all confident now, are we? I don't know. So yeah, we'll talk about that game now. The Flyers won the game, and that's cool because I'm a Flyers fan. But they didn't win convincingly, and Plissett's back in the house. They're gonna have a little bit of a war now. Plissett's an Islanders fan there, Serrano. Yeah, I had over on this all day, Jack. It was my best play yesterday. Ivan Provorov scored, and then the Rangers came back in the second in a flurry. And again, Philadelphia just is going nowhere playing defense like this. I don't care if you won the Rangers last night. You're not going anywhere with defense playing as poorly as they do. They cough up the puck way too much. They pass. The whole team defense is a shambles. And Carter Hart still didn't have a great night. And we need that. Philadelphia needs that. Farabee scored, of course. I mean, Farabee's been the highlight of the Flyers this year. Julian Gauthier's goal was sweet. The guy's got a lot of speed for a big man. I wonder why they don't give him a few more shifts out there. He doesn't get very many minutes. But with speed like that to the outside, cutting to the middle, I think I would be giving him a few more minutes for sure. Never bet for the Rangers. Being an Islanders fan, I get that. Anyways, Kevin Rooney scored, and then Claude Giroux, and then, of course, Jacob Voracek. The Rangers cough it up in overtime, and Voracek pots his fourth. I hope I know I keep on hearing this talk of them getting Montour. Although, unfortunately, it would actually probably be an upgrade over some of the defensemen they already have. Gustafsson and Gostisbehere's about the same, actually. But, yeah, they're not going anywhere. My Flyers are going nowhere until they get a defenseman. Ekholm, please, Ekholm. Ekholm, if you could. I would like Ekholm, please, if I could. Please help us, please. That would be awesome. Patrick had 14 minutes last night. Didn't look good. Nolan Patrick doesn't look good. There was talk that Ekholm, they were going to trade their first round pick, Patrick, and somebody else for Ekholm. I'm all over that. I'll do that depending on the somebody else. I don't even think it matters who the somebody else is. As long as it's not York, I'd be very happy with that. But that sounds like a rumor that a Philadelphia fan came up with because I can't see Nashville doing something like that. Islanders going for a cup run? Maybe. If they can find some cap space to add. Maybe even if they don't. But I still don't like their young defense. I don't know. It's so hard with that team because it's all system based, right? So they don't need to have the highlight players on their team to win. So it's hard to say. It's hard to say. So anyways, what did we have? The Flyers versus Rangers. What did we have for picks here? We had Hockey News Reports had 6-5 Flyers. Hockey News Reports was on the hot side yesterday. Yeah, Lee won on LTIR. That's not good. CL had 6-2 Flyers. Serrano had 4-3 Flyers. Best Bet Ed had 4-3 Rangers. Rickett had 2-1 Flyers. And Pearlo had 5-4 Rangers. I was on the fence too. I almost said Philly, but sometimes I make picks based on emotion. I'm so mad at my team for getting Gustafsson for $3 million on the offseason. That's really just ruined them. You look at some of the defensemen out there that could have been had for $3 million. Ah, annoying. Yeah, Serrano was the closest, I think, yeah. You and Best Bet Ed were the closest. So, next game. Blackhawks versus Panthers. Is that the next game? What did Hart stop? 20 of 24. And Kincaid, 25 of 30. Not really what you would call a goaltender battle for sure. So, Panthers versus Blackhawks. I had the Panthers to win. I know that. I don't know what the score was. But the Blackhawks look like their young players are starting to fade. Kane scored. What was the deal? What was his record yesterday? Blackhawks joke. Yeah, but they were playing a lot of games. Like they were a really tired team. What did he scored to become the? What does anybody know that off the top of their head? I know it was a big goal. It was a big goal. I can't remember what it was though, but maybe nobody knows. Owen Tippett looked fantastic for the Florida Panthers last night. He's got a killer shot. Everybody knew he had a killer shot when he was drafted, and he's starting to look like it. Forsling also looks fantastic for Florida. They got a lot of guys really having career-type years, growing into their roles. So Chicago's got those high-percentage shooters that can always burn any team. Philip Kurashev scored again last night. He always seems to have those timely goals, put him up 2-1. And Brandon Hagel, nobody saw him coming, and he's having a really good year. But again, these are all really young. Kubalik, really young players that are not really physically used to being in the NHL, let alone in the NHL with a condensed schedule. I really think Chicago is going to fall off. Aaron Ekblad on the power play goes into double digits in goals with 10. Sweet, that is huge. On a full season, oh geez, he would have been over 20 goals on an 82 game season, or at least on the pace of one. And then third period, the Florida Panthers wore down the Chicago Blackhawks, and Barkov scored a big one. Then Verhaeghe again. Verhaeghe was all over the ice last night again, crazy. And then Alex Wenberg uh, finding a role there in Florida after basically being uh, left on the shelf in Columbus for a few years after getting his contract. Tortorella didn't have much faith in this guy. And after, not Feuda, what was his name? What's his name that went from Columbus to Florida to be the general manager there? Yeah, 2 empty net goals. Wenberg scored. He also got an assist, but he also looked really good last night. Uh, Zito, Zito, that's it. Zito went and picked him up, and Zito did a very smart move. He went and got some Columbus Blue Jackets to come over and play for Florida. I think a lot of that isn't just the fact that he was familiar with them, but more that they were familiar with Bobrovsky, and they could help the defense play the way Bobrovsky needs him to be played and stuff like that. And so far it looks pretty good because Bobrovsky has played well the last couple of games. Last night he stopped 3 of 20. I mean, he wasn't great numbers, but a lot better than last year. And he looked pretty good. He looked okay. He still doesn't look Columbus Blue Jackets level, but he looks not bad. If you wonder, I'm looking at the phone so I can see your chat. So you go ahead and chat away. So what did we have here? We had Best Bet Ed had 3-1 Blackhawks. He was pretty confident about that pick. He had it on a video. If you don't know Best Bet Ed, go check him out. He does picks every day too. He's really good. Hockey News Reports had the Panthers 4-3. What was the score? It was 6-3. Okay, so look, again, Hockey News Reports is hot. He's not getting any Pearls of Wisdom necklaces, but he's right around it. He can just feel it. He can just almost touch it. Just almost, but not quite there, but closer than everybody else so far. CL also had 4-2 Panthers. Steel had 3-2 Blackhawks. I had 3-2 Panthers, and Serrano had 3-2 Blackhawks. So now we'll get to what was really kind of the game of the night, at least going into it. The Pittsburgh Penguins and the Boston Bruins. And Pittsburgh pretty much were all over them the whole game. Kind of what I expected. Halak did not have a great game. Again, over the glove hand. Over the glove hand. And that's not a weakness you really want, because the glove hand's a pretty big part of goaltending. And I don't know why it takes teams a long time to figure out that you go high on Halak over the glove hand, but for some reason they do. And they always try, maybe it's because it takes a little while for them to find a way to get into the position to shoot there. But when you start doing it, you score on Halak. Halak has got a weakness, and that's it. Hey, thanks, Griffcat Gaming. I hope you've subscribed and hit the bell, and give it a like too. Helps out a lot. Thanks for coming in, Griff. Everybody, let's Pearlo dance for Griff. There's a Pearlo dance for you, my friend. You go have yourself a very nice day, sir. The Titanic line, yeah. There we go. I don't know why it's so difficult for me to get. Sometimes it slows down here. The Bruins did outshoot the Penguins 43-26, though. I didn't notice that. Did anybody watch that game? It was a lot of, oh, hey, how you doing, Steele? Sweet. They did outshoot the Penguins last night. That's interesting. I watched that game, and it didn't feel like they outshot them. Jari had a good night, obviously. Matt Grzelcyk got his first of the season after being injured. Oh, I'm holding it down, sir. Kenny Ridley, how you doing, buddy? Kenny in the house. Kenny in the house. Pearlo dancing for the Kenny Ridley. We like ourselves a Kenny Ridley here. We do. He missed 11 pick parlay by 1. Ouch. Almost better to miss it by 9. Evan Rodriguez scored from Kapanen and Malkin. Malkin's still putting up points. He got another goal last night. He woke up, boys and girls. And when Malkin and Crosby are woke, the Pittsburgh generally does pretty good. Generally does pretty good. Gunsel Demelin was back in the lineup last night. That was a good... I didn't even know that was going to happen when I made my picks. The Bruins had... What did DeBrusque do last night? 1 block. No hits. 2 shots on goal. 15 minutes. They need more out of him. So much more out of him. Pasternak only had 20 minutes of ice time last night? Really? I guess he was trying to spread it around a bit. Carson Kuhlman was in the house and was playing last night. And they got lots of shots. Chris Smith got lots of shots. Marchand got lots of shots. But Jari was obviously stopping it pretty good. Jared Tenorti had 8 hits last night. So it wasn't for a lack of trying. But they've got that young defense now because they have Lauzon and Carlo being injured. And they just can't seem to make a go of it with Camphor, Clifton, Tenorti. Like, these are guys that shouldn't be in your lineup full time. So it's rough for Boston right now with these injuries. But Demelin back in the lineup last night. Played 22 minutes. Wow. And him and Letang play really well together. Cody Ceci still playing 22 minutes a night for Pittsburgh. Like, that's ridiculous. He had 4 hits last night. But they still keep on winning. I don't know. Jari stopped... had a .977 last night. That'll bring the percentage up. So anyways, what did we have here? We had Best Bet Ed had the Penguins 3-2. Hockey News Reports had the Penguins 2-1. CL had the Bruins 5-1. Went off the board there. Rickett had Penguins 3-2 in overtime. Steele had Bruins 4-3. And Pearlo had the Penguins 3-2. So I don't know, it's going to be very interesting to see how that turns out for tonight. We'll talk about that in the next little bit here. What I wanted to talk about, I guess, is okay. Let me look up the record here. Let's look up the standing, shall we? While we're talking, while we're connecting here in the environment. Come on, NHL. We're gonna look at the standings. We're gonna play standings here. Standings. Okay, so Florida is in the Central Division, and by the way, we're going to be doing a trade deadline special here right away, right, Steele, for the Central Division. Yeah, for the Central Division. We're going to be doing a trade deadline special here tomorrow morning, I believe. All of us are getting together. Are we not doing it? We're not doing the Central Division trade deadline special? Okay. Florida is now in the lead in the Central Division. Carolina with the game in hand is got 41 points. Then Tampa, who is my least favorite team in the land right now, is third. Chicago is holding down that playoff spot by a couple. And then you've got Columbus. Dallas has got 6 games in hand at 24 points. So they gotta win a lot here. Watch out for Dallas to come back here. I still think Columbus is going to be a lot better, but I mean, Chicago and Columbus have both played 30 games, so Chicago's going to have an easier schedule this second half. So that'll be interesting. Pearlo, Luca, welcome. William, welcome. How you doing, buddy? We'll go in the East. The Islanders are just ahead, going to be playing Washington tonight. Washington and the Islanders are 1-2, and Washington has a game in hand. Pittsburgh is third, and we had Pittsburgh not making the playoffs this year, didn't we? Steele, yes, we did. Boston is now fourth. Philadelphia is still in this thing, but they got to get their butt moving for sure. For sure. I did say in the beginning of the year that I was afraid Boston might miss, but they do have 2 games in hand on Pittsburgh and Washington. So they can turn it around. And then the Rangers are not quite out of it, but pretty close. New Jersey and Buffalo, forget about it. Forget about it. As far as the Canadian, we got Toronto on the top of the North with 2 games and then Winnipeg is 4 points behind them with 2 games in hand. So a fight there. The Oilers are also 2 games in hand. It doesn't feel like the Oilers are in it, because they keep on losing games that they shouldn't be losing. It's weird how they keep on. Yeah, they will be out for sure. They need to make a trade before the trade deadline. They need to get themselves a nice spanking new Ekholm, I would say. Something like that. Calgary is just out of the playoffs, 2 games back of Montreal and a game in hand. So, I mean, Montreal is really, it's going to be a battle there, I think, if Daryl Sutter can get him in now. But I really don't think it matters because I don't see them doing anything in the playoffs anyways. Vancouver is still in it. They're only 6 points back. And I've been saying all year that they're going to come back because of Demko. Demko is freaking nuts. If Demko gets if they can find a way back into the playoff picture again and make the playoffs, Demko to me gets the Vezina this year. You heard it here first. You know, you might have heard it somewhere else, but as far as I'm concerned, you heard it here first. And then Ottawa's still way out of it. And then finally, we go to the West, where Vegas is kicking butt. Minnesota's 4 points behind them with the same amount of games played. But they've had the easier schedule so far, so it's going to be interesting. They're going to have a tougher schedule on the second half. Colorado also is right behind them. St. Louis is in there, but really, and they got injuries coming back. So when those injuries start coming back, like Parayko and guys like that, St. Louis could be very tough. My Los Angeles Kings, the team I picked to make the playoffs, are about 5 games back, and I have to concede I don't think they're going to make it now. Then Arizona, also same amount of points. I think it's going to none of these teams are probably going to make it. Although Los Angeles went on a huge run last year in the second half, and they have played about the same. Then San Jose and Anaheim is like way out of it. So facts. Okay. Okay, sorry guys. I thought I'd go over that because I had to talk. I hadn't looked in a while, so I was gonna look to see what's going on there. Uh, so the last game of the night, then we'll go to the last game of the night, and then we'll take a word from our sponsor, and then we'll get into our picks for tomorrow. See the Frolic here? The Frolic is. If you're here right now and you don't know what we're doing, we're going over our picks from yesterday, and you can be part of this, boys and girls. You can be part of the Frolic. If you just stick around, we're going to be doing picks for tonight's games, and all you do is say who you think's going to win and what the score is going to be, and if you get it right, you get some fantastic prizes. You get a Pearls of Wisdom necklace, Pearlocopter to your door off the top of the Seattle apartment. We have the Pearlocopter freshly lubed. Well, not quite. It's 2-day old lubed Pearlocopter heading your direction, giving you a Pearls of Wisdom necklace, which you can also get. You want to get two, just hit the subscribe button right now. And just as soon as you hit the subscribe button, there's a light that goes up on the roof. Goes nee, 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 nee. And then Hernandez and Melissa, they jump. They do it just like this. They look just like this. They do it. And they jump over to the Pearlocopter, and then we got a little pole that they go down, because that's fun. And they go on the and they go bring you your Pearls of Wisdom necklace. We still got lots of games to go yet. I better hurry up. Okay, Canucks versus Senators. All right, let's go. Canucks versus Senators. Is that the next game? Watched this game. It went almost exactly how I thought it was going to be. This one for me. I had Demko, basically the Canucks getting outplayed by Ottawa, which they did. PlayStation 5 would be nice. Yeah, well, you can trade it in for a Pearls of Wisdom necklace. Easily, I'm sure. Easily. Just put it on eBay. I don't know why you'd want to do that. I know that's a pretty expensive PlayStation, I must say, but I mean, if you really must have one. Plus, if you get the score right, you can get another one here. Avatar's back. Okay. Canucks won 3-2. But Ottawa outplayed them. Demko just played out of his head. That's really what happened there. Jace Horlock was in the lineup last night, and I like him. I don't know why he doesn't get played more than he does. Josh Norris scored a goal. Colin White scored one. JT Miller in overtime put it away, but they were outshot. The Senators were outshot 46-28. And honestly, they were beat up the whole game. They really didn't deserve to win this game. They do look better with Hamonic in. It's good that they have Hamonic back in the lineup. That is big for them because they have too many smaller defensemen. And their bigger defensemen like Jamie Benn can't play huge minutes. So it was huge to have him back. But overall, Ottawa pretty much dominated that game, really, from everything I watched of it anyways. Thanks for coming. Cooper Saddies. How you doing, Cooper? Come on in, hit the subscribe, sit down. We brought out the fine china for you and everything. We're talking about our picks from last night, and soon we'll be going into our picks for tomorrow. And you'll be able to give us your winners and the score for each game. Zaitsev, who played the most minutes last night? Shabbat played 31 minutes last night. And DeCourt held down the fort again, getting his second win. Or no, sorry, didn't get his win. Didn't get a win. After his win last night, he went back to back. So Ottawa was on a back-to-back last night, and they outworked Vancouver. That is not something you want to see for Vancouver fans out there. Wasn't good. Yeah, stay for a chance of the Pearl of Wisdom necklace is right. I don't know why you wouldn't want to do that. No, for sure you want to. Stop whatever you got planned, just cancel it. People understand. Just tell them. Just tell them. You got a Pearlo Wisdom necklace for free coming. If you stick around. Okay, so we had CL had the Canucks 4-3. Rickett had the Canucks 4-2. Steele had the Canucks 3-1. Woo, that was close. Pearlo had the Canucks 4-1. Best Bet had the Canucks 3-1 as well. Hockey News Reports had the Canucks 3-2. Nobody had the 2-1. Haven't given one necklace away so far today. Canadians versus the Jets. Let's look at that. Now, this one surprised me, I have to say. I got to say, I didn't see this one coming. But after seeing Hellebuyck play really well, I didn't get to watch a lot of this game. But what I did watch of it, Canadians put up a really good fight last night. And honestly, probably deserved to win this game by even more than they did. What ticked me off about this game, well, yeah, right, I forgot about that. I needed the Jets PL for a parlay. Yeah, they did perform. They played really well. Probably the best game that they've played for their new coach. I would say for sure. Toffoli scored 2 for 17 goals already this year. Fantastic. Yeah, Joey knew Montreal was going to win that one. But they played well. I'm just thinking Paul Byron played 12 minutes, was put on waivers today. And he's making $3.5 million. I don't think he'll get picked up, but it's possible. It's just he's had a fair amount of injuries, and there's not much money out there as far as cap space is concerned. I don't think anybody's going to want to pony up $3.5 million for Byron right now. But I think that there'll be some second guesses. There'll be some people will think about it. He's the kind of guy that a lot of people can. He's got the kind of speed that can help out a lot of teams. Nothing really special here. Romanov is only getting 13 minutes a night right now. Ouellette was in last night. Price, I guess that was the talk. Price played one of his best games last night that we've seen him, and that bodes well for Montreal. If he can keep up that consistency. Hellebuyck played not his best game, but we'll see. He hasn't had a great year so far this year, but it looked like he was getting on track. That's the reason why I picked Winnipeg. One thing that with Winnipeg is they've got a couple guys playing higher in the lineup than they were supposed to because Boileau has been out. So they had Logan Stanley last night, and he looks like he's going to be a good one. 6'7" or something like that. Big, huge defenseman. Picked him up in the first round. I want to say in 2016, and he's getting some minutes now. Montreal, of course, have lost Ben Chiarot, and that was another reason why I thought Montreal was going to have a difficult time because Xavier Ouellette comes in, and that's a big drop right there. But what they really did is they just played Weber and Petrie a crap load more to make up for it. Over time, that's not going to work out the best. Is Arturi Lehkonen hurt, or is he just not getting in the lineup right now? I just noticed that. And Victor Mete was still not put in. So I think there's an attitude with that guy or something. Because they put Ouellette over Mete. That's weird. I'm really surprised by that. Yeah, you probably trade the guy if you're not gonna use him, right? I would say. So, who did we have for this? We had Best Bet Ed had 4-2 Jets. Steele had 2-1 Jets. CL had 3-0 Jets. Kyle. So, what was it? 4-2? If it wasn't for the empty netter, my friend, you would have nailed that. 3-2 halves. Serrano had 3-2 Jets, and I had 5-2 Jets. I was way off. Oilers versus Flames. I watched this last night because I'm an Oilers fan, and as well as a Philadelphia Flyers fan, if you don't know. And I really liked the Oilers last night to win this game, and they did. I didn't think it was going to be as high as scoring though, with Mike Smith and Markstrom in there, and the fact that Sutter plays a very defensive style. It's very well known that Daryl Sutter likes his defensive style game. However, Calgary and Edmonton almost always go over. And I think after this, I'm going to always take them over. Because if there was an under game, it was last night. And it went over. So Dylan Dubé scored. What's the interesting thing is about this is how is Daryl deploying his lineup? Monahan, he's playing Monahan a lot. Monahan didn't look bad. He played Lucic 18 minutes last night. Are you freaking kidding me? He played Lucic 18 minutes. Wow. That's crazy. Mangiapane played 18 minutes. So that says a lot because that means Lucic has got himself in shape because Daryl Sutter would not play a player a lot. He's playing him more than he played him when he had him in LA a few years ago. Who else are they playing? He's playing Tanev, Hannafin, Giordano. He's playing the vets on defense a lot. Markstrom did okay, stopped 28 of 31, and Smith 852 save percentage last night. Not great. Lagesson played, but I think that Barry got injured last night, and also Kyra got injured in a fight. Did you see that scrap? It was Kyra and who was the other one that got the and Richie. And Richie just pummeled him hard. Anyways, Calgary wins the game. I thought they would. So we'll see our picks for that. Oilers. Steele had the Oilers 7-3 all over this. Steele was all over the Oilers last night. I had the Flames 3-2. H&R had the Oilers 5-4. Mercer. Kyle almost had to score. No, he didn't. He had Oilers 4-2. Sorry. CL had the Flames 3-2. Serrano had the Flames 5-3. So close, Serrano. Oh my gosh. Just that close to a necklace right there. Ed had the Oilers 4-1 and Rick for the Flames 3-2. So next game. Sharks versus Knights, and how much time we got? Okay, we got to get going here soon, so I won't talk too much about this game. But the Knights had Fleury in net. This was one of those first game back from a road trip, and I ended up. I thought San Jose would keep it close, and they sure did. And I thought it would be low scoring, and it sure was. Dubnyk is looking way better now for San Jose. He's probably going to get traded at the deadline, I imagine. Maybe not. Maybe they'll keep him on. It's hard to say what the Sharks are going to do, really. I don't know. Islanders are looking scary. Golden Knights did outshoot them, but Dubnyk was stopping everything last night. Vegas got up 2-0. San Jose got a late goal. They really didn't look like they were in it the whole game, though. San Jose's defense is so weak. They need some meat on their defense there. They can't compete physically with anybody. You had the Sharks, yeah. They can't compete physically with anybody there, and certainly not with a big, solid, fast team like Vegas. As far as ice time is concerned, any surprises here? I'm a little surprised Tuck isn't played more. He's 15 minutes last night. They played Pacioretty more, of course, Stone. I guess that's why. They got a lot of good, solid veterans there on the wing. Riley Smith, he plays a lot because he's a very underrated two-way player. And Coughlin keeps on getting more and more minutes on for Vegas. Okay, we'll look at Peter Angelo is out. Also, Chandler Stevenson was out for Vegas, who has been acting as their number one center. So that leaves a pretty big hole. Something to think about the next time you pick Vegas, because that leaves a pretty big hole up the middle for them. They weren't really stacked up the middle as it was. So I guess that's the reason why Carlson, he played 17 minutes. Kolasar played more to cover that up. Maybe they put Smith to the middle. I should have checked that out. Now, oh no, Cody Glass played a lot of minutes last night, but he didn't get any goals or any hits. He put zeros up on the board pretty much. So that's not good. But we'll look at who picked what. Steele took Vegas 4-1. Rickett had Vegas 5-1. Ed had Vegas 4-2. CL had Vegas 4-1. Mercer had Vegas 4-2. Serrano had Sharks 3-2. And Pearlo had the Vegas 2-1. 2-1. Only one Pearls of Wisdom necklace doled out today. And Pearlo gets it again. Yeah. Hey, Joey, Joey's doing the Pearlo dance there now. He's pretty happy looking. There you go. You should all be doing that. Everybody now. Everybody now. Come on, implicit. Be such a bump on a log. Go do the Pearlo dance. Okay. Well, my friends, that's going to lead us to our fine sponsor today. And then after that, of course, we're going to have our picks. Because that's a very important part of the day, isn't it? It's the most important part of the day right there. Picks time. Picks time. So let's go off into promo land and check out this fine programming. If you have pets, I'd highly, highly recommend you check this out. Sorry about that, boys and girls. I am back now. Here we are, back again. Hello, boys and girls. How are you today? How is everybody out there? We're going to be doing our picks now. Oh, the sound wasn't on for the bloody thing. Okay. Well, we have our picks now. We're going to be doing picks. Everybody ready? Get your papers out and all of that sort of stuff like that. And we will start with, I'll have to do that programming again next time with sound. We'll do it one more time later. But we got about half an hour now to do picks. You're all ready? You got your do-a-tangs out and all that kind of stuff like that? Okay. Let's go here. I got to get you guys back up on my view thing again. Shit. Here we go. There. Now I gotta see the chat. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but I'll have to do it out. I'll be doing. I know you guys all want to hear it, so I'll make sure everybody gets to hear it at later. Okay. Picks tomorrow. Let's get at her. Everybody's all set and ready. We're gonna slam this. Knock it out of the park. The first game we got, and what time is this? Okay, 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, so 5 o'clock Eastern. We have the Sabres up against the New Jersey Devils. The Sabres are on a back-to-back after getting absolutely oh yeah, I forgot. I sent Hernandez, before the game, I sent Hernandez down to Buffalo before they went to Washington. I got them to be redirected over here. And they are going to be now going to this Pearlo's House of Spanking. So you got to keep that in mind because they're going to be freshly spanked and ready for the New Jersey Devils here. So that's a very important thing. I'd highly recommend it for anybody when you've had a bad day. When you've had a bad day, Pearlo's House of Spanking, it's the best there, I said it. So, starting in goal, so far, we have, do we have any confirmation here? Oh, is my freaking, I gotta do that too. Got that background stuff going on. Window capture. Boom. Okay. Starting in goal. It says Blackwood is likely. I don't believe. And Johansson is projected. Still no confirmation. Really ticks me off that it takes forever. Like, come on. What goaltender are you going for? Sabres playing on a back-to-back. Sabres have lost like eternity straight. New Jersey is also on a losing skid as well. And again, Mackenzie Blackwood will be in net. He's got a 3.12 with a .900. After he came back from COVID, he hasn't been quite right. And Jonas Johansson is a young guy who, I don't know if he'll even ever be totally a goaltender in the league. And he's got a 3.91 and an 8.83. They're just ruining this kid. So, okay, let me get... Let me get over the live stream so I can see easier. Okay, Jersey versus Sabres. And we've got to start off with Avatar, chair hype. So you had a meaty in your back. Okay, what do we got? Avatar, 3-2 Sabres. 3-2 Sabres. Sabres, 3-2. Implicit, 2-0 Buffalo. Everybody's going with the Buffalo here. Sabres, 2-0. By the way, Cousins is injured too for the Sabres. Cousins is out. I already have Avatar. Serrano. Joey. Devils, 4-2. Mercer, Kyle M, I'll do it that way, has New Jersey, 3-2. CL has Sabres, 4-2. And I don't know if Steele's going to chime in here or not. Maybe he'll send it to me via message. But Pearlo has Devils 3-1. Devils 3-1. The energy for the Sabres is so bad. I just can't see. I have a hard time finding a spot for them. If they weren't on a back-to-back, this probably would be a good spot for them. But now they're going to pay that young kid, and then Hutton's going to be in the net for the next game. CL has 4-2 Sabres, so it's almost split there between the two. That could be a snooze fest for sure. Yeah, we'll see if it turns out. It could be a snooze fest, that's for sure. Absolutely. Okay, so what's next? How many games do we got today? It's not a lot of games today. So then we got the finest game in the land here, the one that everybody's interested in. The Islanders versus the Capitals. The Islanders have played 4 games in 6 nights, but have had a day off in between. The Capitals did a number on Buffalo last night, but had to travel from Buffalo to Washington last night to play a first game at home after what was the road trip on that? That could help me too. How long of a road trip were they on? We're going to look at that. Let's look at that. Shall we? Yes, we shall. We certainly shall. It's going to take a while, though, apparently. 3-game road trip. Not that long, but it's still first game back off of somewhat of a road trip. Interesting game for sure. Both of them are first and second in the division. As far as starting goaltenders, it's got to be Varlamov versus Samsonov, but it still is not confirmed that that's the case. So you take that as you will. Okay, we got Islanders versus Capitals. Let's get up here. We got Implicit has Islanders 5-3. 5-3, really? Eh? Wow. Big high scoring game. Avatar 2-1 Caps. I believe Lars Eller is out tonight too for Washington. CL has 4-3 Caps. Mercer Kyle M has Capitals 3-1. Sleeping on the Isles. Serrano has Capitals 4-3. Pearlo has the Islanders 3-2. I have the Islanders 3-2. So we have Implicit has the Islanders 5-3. Implicit is an Islanders fan. I forgot about that. I have the Islanders just eking it out, but I'm not confident about this game, to tell you the honest truth. To me, this is a coin flip game. I think this. If you wanted to, if you wanted the best play on this, I would say a tie. A tie. This is probably going to be a tie. Yeah, boy. Yeah. The Islanders just got it out, maybe. Now, that depends. Have you heard if Implicit, if Pageau, I heard Pageau might be injured for this game. If Pageau is injured for this game, I change my mind. I don't think this is going to be that. So that'll change a lot if he's going to be injured. But I only heard it from one source. Pageau is in. Okay. After the Oils lose to the Caps, they're going to lose to the Flyers. Oh, is that what it was about? Okay, he was on protocol. Okay, good. If that's the case, I think I'll stick with the Islanders here. I like the way that Wallstrom line is playing now. And the Islanders just seem to win. They just seem to find a way to win. It's just the way it is. And Varlamov's going to be in net, I'm pretty sure. I like him better than Samsonov right now since he came back off of injury. Excuse me, I don't know what's going on. I got a little bit of a thing going. Dobson's still on. Yeah, that was the thing. They're going to be without Dobson, but they were out Dobson the last game, and they didn't seem to bother them a bit. So, interesting game. Probably going to be the most interesting game to watch out of all the games tonight. Aho is in, yeah. They got to start finding some ice time for Aho too, by the way. And I guess that's why they let Taves go too. He's solid enough. I wouldn't put, I don't know. He's okay. He's okay. He needs to get some ice time. And I actually, he might end up going to Seattle. Because he's been a pro for over 2 years now. So he might end up being a Seattle pickup unless they find a way not to lose him, which I don't think they want to lose him because they don't really have. They have Bode Wild, right? And he doesn't look anywhere close to ready yet. There's Bode Wild. Prospect-wise, the Islanders aren't what you call rich. So I really wouldn't want to lose Aho. It's going to be interesting to see what the Islanders do. Yeah, well, I mean, so if you cannot predict. We'd have to go through that. We'll have to do that. We're going to do that on this one day. We're going to do our Seattle expansion stuff for each team. We're going to do that. Mark my words, my friend. We will do that one day. Okay. What do we got? We got another game, right? Yes, we do. Well, this will be another interesting one. Bruins versus the Penguins. The Bruins are putting Dan Vladar in. And Dan Vladar has put up spectacular numbers in the AHL. He looks like a goalie. The guy looks like a goalie. Casey DeSmith has been playing very well this year. He's got a 2.23 and a .912. No numbers on Vladar, except I'll tell you that his AHL numbers have been like 9.40. You know, I'm really on the fence about this game. Really on the fence about this game. Both playing back-to-back. Boston has played more. Boston is so injured on defense. That's the problem. Having Pearlo out and Lauzon out really thins out that defense quite a bit. And that's really what I'm worried about with this game. So I'm going to be interested to see what everybody's picks are for this. Bruins versus Penguins. Avatar, 4-2 Bruins. And by the way, if anybody doesn't know, I should be telling you, all you got to do is give me who you think's going to win and who your picks are, and what's the score for the game. I did it again. Avatar, Bruins, and that will garner you some fantastic prizes. 4-2 Bruins. Serrano. Bruins 4-3. Cool last name. Implicit says the Bruins are trash. Penguins 4-1. Probably not implicit. I'm a Flyers fan, and realistically, that doesn't seem likely. If there's any team that Philadelphia is probably going to have a difficult time with, it's the Islanders for sure, I would say. Anybody new here, you can put your picks for the other games. We have lots of time right now, so we only have a couple of games left. Victoria Liu. Welcome to the live. Thank you. Make sure to tap that subscribe button. Hit yourself a like. Sit down. We brought out the fine china. Peyton on the radio. Peyton on the radio was live last night with his buddy. It was pretty cool doing the Calgary-Edmonton game. His friend was a Calgary fan. They were doing play-by-play. It was fun. You said Penguins 5-2, Kyle Mercer. Penguins 5-2. What do you got, Peyton, for this game? Penguins versus the Bruins. You can tell me all the other ones too. I got time to put them in there. Oh, Victoria Liu. Okay. Welcome, by the way. Victoria Liu. Could be Lou. Is it Liu or Lou? Probably Lou. Has the Pens 5-2. And that's a Pearlo dance for you for being a first-time picker. There you go. Pearlo dance for you. Peyton on the radio. Peyton has 4-1 Pens. Penguins 4-1. And Pearlo has the Penguins. Who's going to be in that? DeSmith, right? 3-2. Penguins 3-2 for me. Victoria Liu has the Caps 5-2. Capitals 5-2. Fee Liu has Capitals 5-2. Peyton on the radio has Islanders 3-1. Liu has Devils. Devils 3-1. Craig Brack. Welcome, Craig Brack. Hopefully you've touched that subscribe button and you got yourself all... Okay, we brought out the fine china for you. New York Islanders 3-2 in overtime. See, now you got some Islanders people coming in there. Brack. Islanders 3-2 in OT. It's got the OT even. OT. I got the OT on Boston Bruins Pittsburgh game too. OT. Yes, you get a Pearls of Wisdom necklace. Helicopter to your door by Hernandez or Melissa. And yeah, a brand spanking new. You're the first time subscriber, and I imagine you've subscribed to my channel. I'll even give you a signed limited edition COVID edition Pearls of Wisdom necklace sent right to your door. We haven't got to Minnesota yet. Hold your horses there. Hold your horses there. We're about to get to Minnesota right now. Okay. I think that's what we're getting on now. She's already getting ahead of herself here, so. Okay, let's go. No, the next game is not Minnesota, so it's the Hurricanes versus the Red Wings. Hurricanes versus Red Wings. As far as goaltenders, I believe Reimer is in net for the Hurricanes. And have they actually come out with... Thomas Greiss is projected but not in there. I think it's going to be Bernier. And Bobby Ryan is out for Carolina, and Teravainen and what's his name? Trocheck are still out for the Hurricanes. Hurricanes are pretty the more rested team here for sure. So let me go back and take your picks for that. Okay, Victoria Liu has first, not Minnesota, Carolina 4-1. Canes 4-1. Implicit has Wings 3-2, really, eh? Hope you're wrong about that, my friend. Liu has 4-1. CL has Canes 3-0. Avatar has Canes 3-1. Peyton has New Jersey 3-0. Let me go back here. Nothing. Okay. Yeah, no doubt. Kyle Mercer. Kyle. K. Mercer has Canes 4-1. Serrano has Canes 4-2. And I am taking the Canes. Pearlo is taking the Canes. See, Reimer's in that, right? No. 4-1. Taking the Canes 4-1. Okay, let's go to our next game then. Now we'll get to the one. You settle down. Now we get to the one that Victoria Liu was getting a little ahead of herself on, getting all excited about. And I don't blame it. Looks like it's going to be a good game. Coyotes versus Wild. It should be Ranta in net, and I know Kakinen will be in net for sure. As of right now, nobody is confirmed for Arizona, but Ranta should be in net. How many games have they played, you ask? They both had a day off, I believe. Arizona's been on the road for a long time. I believe now that they are they on the road for this one too? This will be their 5th game on the road, Arizona, against Minnesota at home. Minnesota's been home for a long time. So, tough game for Arizona to pull her through here, I would say. But let me go over to the live stream and see what everybody's got. I remember you said 5-1, Victoria. I did remember. Wild 5-1. They are an exciting team to watch this year, aren't they? They are. Well, now you took 4-2. Did you change it? No, you have to have it. Why would you not want the Pearls of Wisdom necklace? Everybody in the land wants it. Just the experience of the Pearlocopter coming your way. Okay, let me go. I'm getting behind here now. Avatar takes the Wild 5-2. Mercer, Wild 3-1. Okay. Okay, I got you. Yes, Victoria, that's special. I know. It is special. She just doesn't realize the power of the Pearls of Wisdom necklace, that's all. It takes some time. Sometimes it takes people by surprise. Serrano. Wild 4-2. Wow, the Wild, everybody's got the Wild crushing here. You don't need to give your address out. You don't need to give your address out. We have, they have little honing devices on them, on the Pearlocopters. We just tell them Victoria Liu, the one that was on YouTube, and they all jump in the Perlocopter, and then they go to your where you are, and then they give it to you. So no address is needed. Okay. Have I missed anybody? Where's Peyton? What do you got for Minnesota, Peyton? Who else do we not have? We don't have Implicit. Implicit hasn't put it. Oh, Implicit said something to the effect of, I think he said whoever. It's not a real prize, Victoria. Don't worry about it. Who? There was somebody. What did Implicit say? He said something to the effect of whoever's taking on Minnesota. I don't know. I don't have it here. So, oh, Peyton. There we go. Wild 3-2. Yes, that's the real surprise. The real prize is being able to be part of this fine programming. Implicit said 5-0. Okay. Wild 5-0. And I'm going to say, I'm not going to change it up here. Pearlo is taking the Wild as well. And I'm going to go 3-1. 2-1. 3-1. 3-1. Joey will take my prize. Okay, there you go. Okay, let's go to our new next game then. The horribly annoying Tampa Bay Lightning versus the Dallas Stars. The Lightning are on a back-to-back, and we already went. They were just into the Pearlo's house of spanking a little while ago. This morning we picked them up last night right away. As soon as they got out of the arena, they all piled into the Perlocopter, and we brought them to the house of Spanky because they surely need it. I mean, wow. Losing to Nashville 4-1. A Nashville team that is completely decrepit with injuries. Unbelievable. Now, as far as starting goaltenders, it should be Vasilevsky, although for some reason that hasn't been confirmed. I don't know why. And Jake Ottinger, the Stars are keeping going back to Jake Ottinger instead of Hudobin. I don't know, ever since Rick Bowness gave Hudobin that spanking way back, halfway through this, or what it was, 2 weeks ago, Hudobin hasn't been, first of all, playing all the best, and he's been leaning on Jake Ottinger a lot, who has a 2.10 and a .917. Pretty darn good numbers for a young kid. And then Vasilevsky is Vasilevsky. You all know about that. As far as how much they played, as far as injuries are concerned, Radulov is back for the Dallas Stars here. Radulov is back. That's huge. Is there any other Tampa Bay news? Is there any other injury news? Does Tampa Bay... Well, we know like Tampa Bay's injuries pretty much, I think. I don't think there's anything new here. Let me refresh just to make sure. Oh, yeah, Hjalmarsson's out for Arizona, too. Yeah, nobody... We all knew Kucherov is already out, so nobody knew for... But Radulov is in for Dallas. That's pretty huge for them. So let's go see what everybody's got. Jamie Benn's losing it, man. He's losing it. Stars versus Lightning. He's okay. He played well in the playoffs last year, but overall, the last little while, he's been pretty meh. Pretty meh. Meh. Okay. Oh, we're way up here. Avatar has Bolts 4-1. Liu has Bolts 5-2. Peyton Stars 2-1. Yeah, Nashville heating up, I guess. No excuse for that. No excuse. You can't lose to that team. Who's that? CL. CL has Bolts 4-2. Serrano has Bolts 5-3. Upset of the night. Okay, what's your score, Brack? You got to tell me. By the way, anybody new in here, we're just doing scores of the game. Give us the scores of the game and who's going to win and all of that. Mercer has Bolts 3-2. Yeah, I think Jamie Benn is like just hasn't been super for a while. He did play well in the playoffs, but Brack has 4. We're not there yet. You didn't put your name in for the Tampa Bay game. Okay, I'll do that when we get there. Cool, I'm glad you are, my friend. Okay, so Pearlo then. I've got the Stars. Vasilevsky in that. Against the kid. I got the Stars 3-2. You would think so, but they're on a back-to-back. And I said the same thing. I said, oh, the Stars are going to play hard because they lost to Detroit and they were outworked. So when they play against Nashville, oh, they're going to play hard. And they didn't. They got the first period, Nashville absolutely ran them all around the rink. So, I don't know. I think this is an emotional play for me because I just very mad at Tampa. Lost a ton off of them. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Should be destroying Nashville yesterday. Ridiculous. Really ticked me off, to tell you the honest truth, to say the least. A little perturbed. A lot perturbed, actually. PS5, yeah. PlayStation 5. Yeah. I said just trade it in for a PlayStation 5. You'll be fine. You can sell it on eBay. You can buy like 10 PlayStation 5s. For sure. If you sell it on eBay. Which I don't know why you'd want to do that. It's a limited edition. It's been signed by me. I mean, I don't know. Do what you're going to do, I guess. Okay, let's get to the last game. The Avalanche versus the Ducks. The Avalanche will be rolling out Hunter Mishka. Just to give you a bit of a wrinkle on this game, Hunter Mishka is going to be the goaltender, is confirmed for the Avalanche. John Gibson is projected. John Gibson has got a 3.11 with the .894, which is crazy bad numbers for John Gibson, but that Anaheim team is pretty bad. Hunter Mishka, though, he's got pretty bad numbers too on what's supposed to be a good Colorado Avalanche team. He's got a 3.50 and only a .865. He's 1-1-2. Colorado, though, I do believe are fairly rested in this game. And let me go back here. Yeah, both of them are fairly rested in this game. Colorado's been at home for a long time. Bowen Byram, of course. Cale Makar is still out. I might as well update the injuries just to make sure that I don't have anybody. But Anaheim has Manson and Lindholm injured, which is two of their top four defensemen. Grant, doesn't really matter. Terry Milano, Carter Rowney. They had a lot of injuries. And Colorado, okay, there's a little thing here. JT Compher. What's today? He'll make his return Thursday, JT Compher. Byram won't be on tonight, and Makar won't be in the lineup either. So those are the injuries there. What do we got? Avalanche versus Ducks. Is anybody going to take... Yeah, we have one for the Ducks already. I got to scroll down here. We got a lot of people on here right now. Who is garbage? Oh, are you talking about Jamie Benn is garbage? I wouldn't call him garbage, but he's certainly overrated if anybody does rate him highly, I would say. Avatar has Avs 2-0. Mercer has Avs 4-1. Yeah, you can hang it on the wall. You can put it out, put it in your car. Bring it to work. Hang it on your wall at work. That'd be a good one. Everybody would be all jealous. Avs do have a lot of injuries. What was yours again, Brock? You said it was a long shot. Your long shot game. Peyton has 4-2 Colorado. Oh, Yoshi, how you doing, Yoshi? Welcome back. Awesome to have you. Serrano has 3-2. Avs 3-2. Yeah, the starting goalie for Avs tonight is a little bit of a problem, I have to agree. Victoria has Craig Brack. Okay, Brack has Ducks 4-3. You would have, but you got to be here. That's the other thing about the Pearls of Wisdom necklace. You have to be here to get it. You're not going to get it if you're not here. You have to be here. So, I don't know. I've heard people say, oh, I'm at work during your show, and like, just quit. Get a different job. Work at home. Do what I do so I can be here. Right? This is why I'm here, because I do this. And I get to be here with all you fine folk. And I'm very fond of that. I enjoy it. Thank you, Joey, for that, your kind words. You guys make it great. Let's just have a big group hug right now. That was awkwardly long, but okay. Am I missing somebody? CL? CL had Avs 5-2. Okay, I missed CL's. Yeah, well, you should go to try BPAL Picks on Patreon. See how that works for you. It's a lot of fun. Carter Hartslow. Okay, let's talk about some other things now. We got all the picks in. If you have picks for other games, throw them in there. I'll try to get them in for the other games as well. Carter, it breaks my heart to see Carter Hart struggling like this, honestly. It does. It does. It's scary. As a Philadelphia Flyers fan, and the struggles we've had with goaltending, like everybody is like, we got our goaltender. And we're happy, and everybody took a big sigh of relief. Ronnie Hextall was there. And when he wasn't bringing Hextall in, or he wasn't bringing Carter Hart up, and he said he wasn't ready for whatever reason. I have to admit, I was like saying, well, they got to bring Carter Hart in now, and all of this stuff like this. He's good enough. He's crushing it in the AHL. But really, let's all of us maybe admit that Ron Hextall, one of the winningest goaltenders ever, maybe had a point about letting Carter Hart sit in the minors for longer and grow as a person, as a human being. Because it looks like he is just not mentally mature enough yet. And now what do we do? Because now we've already damaged the kid. So now we got to play him with, gloves on and calm the kid down and relax and work on him psychologically, or we'll lose it. I mean, that would be devastating if we were to lose Carter Hart, not just for the Philadelphia Flyers, but for the league. That kid is heading for Vezina type goaltending career, Hall of Fame skill level. And we can't lose him. So I think he's going to be okay, but there's got to be a psychological change there with him, I would say, for sure. Absolutely, they should change for a good D-man, no doubt about that. I mean, that is for sure. That's going to happen. Yeah, Bruins have Ladar playing tonight, and here's a good. You said it's different than the AHL, but he even looked like he was physically ready to play. Like he was well above AHL standards. He's got the physical tools, but what Hextall was saying that he didn't think he was psychologically ready. And he didn't want to take a chance when we didn't really have to in his mind because he had a long-term goal. He wasn't worried whether we made the playoffs for the next 2 years at that time. And it turned out that the Philadelphia Flyers ownership thought otherwise. We were worried about it, and we went and did it. And it looks at this point that Ron Hextall was right. But definitely, it doesn't help that you're staring at the back of Gustafsson and Ghost every night, and Braun, and these people coughing up the puck or can't get the puck out of the zone, and oh. Yeah, that is a really good point. The Leafs on Anderson. There is a very good possibility that the Leafs think that they can get a better goaltender than Anderson out there by using Anderson and somebody else to acquire it. Not that Anderson is really the problem, but is he the solution too? Now, there's a team that, unlike Carolina, isn't going to screw around with their goaltending situation. I agree. The question is, who? Who do you get in the league right now? The only person I can think of that they could acquire, and maybe if they traded Anderson there, I don't know, because Anderson's, what's his contract like? How many years does Anderson have on his contract? Let me look it up real quick. Oh, it's his last year. He's got a no movement clause, no trade clause. Minimum no trade clause or whatever. So a modified no trade clause. He has a list of teams that he cannot be traded to. Okay, yeah. So how about this? If he's willing to do it, I don't know if the person who I'm about to mention would be willing to do it. But what if they traded? What if the Vegas held back? No, they couldn't because they don't have the. I was thinking maybe for Fleury. They could trade Anderson and Kerfoot or something to Vegas, and that would be equal salary. No. Let's see. Anderson for Fleury, and then Vegas would have to give something back. So, because Toronto can't take on any salary. Just imagine Marc-Andre Fleury in Toronto. You're going to be watching Off the Wall, John? Sweet. I'll probably be in on that too. Do I think it was a bad idea? Well, not James Reimer. James Reimer is an average, is not a great goaltender for the NHL. Like a backup, decent backup, that's what he is. They play him way too much in Carolina. You'll be there? Sweet. Off the Wall John is freaking awesome. I love Off the Wall John. The GOAT. He's the GOAT. So yeah, there's the one I was thinking maybe Fleury. Let me look, see if I can find anything else here that they could do. I agree with you though. I don't think the Leafs are outside of the possibility of adding a better goaltender. However, it's kind of tough to do that in season. It's usually something you do after the season. Besides that, they could give Brossois a chance in Winnipeg. He's been doing really well, but that's still pretty risky. I don't see where they can really get anybody that's better than Anderson right now. No. The only one I can think of is Fleury. Yeah, and talking about bye, guys, I didn't want to leave you here all stranded out there all by yourself, but it's time. It's time. Will Pearlo dance our way out of the environment? Yeah, I think Campbell is big. Campbell is big. He's certainly better than Hutchinson for sure. It is. It's hard to get goaltenders in the regular season though because they you got to work around the system and stuff like that. Goaltenders are a very important part of a system, and generally they build around a system for goaltenders. And in a compact season, it's a little difficult to add a goaltender mid-season. I think they'll keep on going with Anderson. I think they'll keep on going with what they have. Honestly, when I really like for this year, maybe in the off season, yeah. Hutchinson is certainly not above average. No, they need Campbell back. They need Campbell back big time, for sure. Well, boys and girls, that's my full 42. I got to get off. I got to pick up the little lady. We're gonna go do some. I gotta go. She works as a nurse, so we're gonna go off and do that. I'll be back here tomorrow between the hours of 3 and 5 Eastern, and we'll be talking about our picks that we just did. We'll be talking about all the games for the next night. We'll talk about any trades that are coming along, or we'll talk like trade rumors, or we'll talk whatever you want on hockey, whatever you want. I just am glad you all come in. Check out my last pick video if you could too. It's fun. Fun frolic. You might enjoy it. After all of this, you can see what all my picks are and all of that. And there's a way to find my Patreon on there. I'd love to have you over there. I'll give you a free month. John from Off the Wall is on tonight. I'm not sure what game he's doing. Probably Boston, Pittsburgh. Check that out. That's amazing stuff. Go check out Peyton on the radio. Go check out Sports Fanatic News with baseball starting. The professor, Joe Boric, will be enlightening you with a lot of great stuff. I'll tell you that right now. He's fantastic. He's called the professor for a reason. Until then, have a great day, everybody. Lots of love to you. Okay, bye.